is it comes over right here, right now. Just gonna spike down. See that? And right back up. That's indicative of a vehicle underwater. See how quickly it happened? See, I mean, you have something huge.
Can you get me a buoy?
A buoy?
Yeah.
Do you have a car? 100% we're calling law enforcement in now at this point. There's not going to be that many silver cars in here. Donnie Lee Erwin, missing from Camdenton, Missouri. He's been missing since December 29th, 2013. Last seen driving a 2002 four-door silver Hyundai Elantra, license plate number MKGE3P. This is not our first time searching for Donnie Lee Erwin, and hopefully today's going to be the day that we actually find him. Now, Tunnel Dam here, I want to bring you back to this. If you've not seen one of our previous episodes, the links are in the description down below. Tunnel Dam has always been an area of interest for us. One of these areas where it's kind of like a Ralph Brown for me. Like, what is drawing me back to Tunnel Dam that I need to do some additional scanning, some additional searching, not just on side scan and down scan and live scope sonar, but if we don't see him on that, we're gonna pull out the new magnetometer that we have. A magnetometer allows us to actually detect metal objects. But two, we also found out after Donnie went missing, there was some work that had been done here. More rocks have been brought in, and there's a question in the back of Yvonne's mind. What if Donnie has been buried underneath these rocks? Now, I want to bring you into my mindset as I start breaking down this case. I've got Donnie. He's a veteran. He's already lost his left leg. He's getting ready to lose his right leg. We have some information that Donnie said, Highway D. I'm just gonna take it to the very end. And this is one of those very few locations on Highway D that you can get to that takes you to the very end. So last time we were here, we checked out the upper side of Tunnel Dam where we felt as though, what if Donnie took that upper road in? But after putting eyeballs on it, there was no way that you were going to get a 2002 Hyundai Elantra into that upper portion. So we ruled that out, despite how much the water was raging. Now it was, churning and bubbling in here, so we couldn't even put a boat in here at the time because it was too dangerous. The car that we're looking for, like I said, is a 2002 Hyundai Elantra. And really when we come into these, it's not so much about actually finding and locating, Donnie for Donnie's sake, it's for the family, for Yvonne in this one, of what happened to her brother. Where did he end up? And maybe putting ourselves in the mindset that once we do find him, what put him in that location? What caused him to drive there? And at the end of the day, this could still be an accident, but we're gonna do everything we can today in our search to find and bring Donnie home for Yvonne and her family.
For families who have all but given up on finding their loved ones, this team is a last hope. Civilian divers cracking cold cases for free.
After 10 years, Camden County Sheriff detectives have found the rest of the human remains linked to a missing person case.
Donnie Erwin was last seen in December of 2013. Cutter 10 reported in December of last year his car as well as partial human remains and his artificial hip were found in a pond in southern Camden County. Law enforcement was able to drain the pond, leading to the discovery of the rest of what they believe was human.
7 feet, right here, 4 feet. Actually, I don't see any like big deposits of rocks out here. I mean, I guess that kind of sort of is. And then it gets shallow on this end here. Now, December 23rd of 2013, usually in the fall time, there's less storms, less rains, less snows that has the melt and the runoff. So I'm envisioning that the water at that time was very similar to what we're running into right now. The other thing I want to check in this also, did he end up going through again? I mean, if it was up 4 feet or so, could he have made it through, and is there a pool on the other side of this that he could be down river right there? I feel like I'm going to end up ripping this side off if I leave it on, so let's take this all the way off. All right. I think the left side will be fine. Make sure we don't get the boat sideways or we will crash. Oh yeah, you might want to turn for this. But low, 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 you're not staying low. Whoa, woo, we made it. Whoa, barely made it. All right, so I'm interested in any deep holes over here now. We made it.
It was like fun.
It was fun. It was dangerous, but it was still fun. Give me a deep hole. Give me a car, give me a deep hole. None of this has been scanned before, right through here. Yeah, I don't think that's the right reading because I'm only getting 2 on the side right here. Let's see. Yeah, it's really shallow right here. Yeah, I was hoping for a deep hole over here. But good news, bad news is that we know the vehicle is not over here.
I also don't think it's going to make it this far being a Hyundai Elantra,
No,
you know?
yeah.
Because at this point, it's either he's made into a deep hole or he's having to drive all the way throughout this like trail area. And it looks like there's a pathway over there, but...
Yeah, but you got the tree that's here, that you have no deep holes. So it would have bottomed out through all this.
He's coming. I didn't get time to clean my truck out.
Ready? Once we head out, we're going to tune this once we're in the middle, and then we should only pick up a little bit of the vehicles as we come closer to shore over here, and we should only get spikes if we're out and about once we retune it for the magnetometer setting here. Alright, we are auto-detecting the device inputs again. Starting up the tablet first, turning on the main power system. And what we're doing is we're doing a tune for the gravitational pull of the Earth on where we're at. Alright, we're ready to go. So we have our map track is working, our GPS coordinates are working, our graph is working. Oh, we got a big sharp spike right there. Holy moly. So now that we're close to the dam, it's picking up like a lot of the metal in the dam, so it's giving us a different reading over here. So we have to recenter it and be conscientious about that. I am getting like a massive reading right here. Both times. I don't know why we would be getting one right there. Center this.
Do you think maybe that there was a hole there before they put all these rocks in?
And it got greased.
And then they kept filling it in until they got like a leveled shore like this. I mean, that would make sense. This is the end of Highway D. I don't know. I have a weird feeling about that if you're seeing a large spike twice.
Alright, so right when it comes past where those plants are growing, that's where we're going to see it. So here we go. Watch as it comes over right here, right now. It's gonna spike down. See that? And right back up. That's indicative of a vehicle underwater. See how quickly it happened? Now as we get closer to the dam, now we're gonna drop all the way down to the bottom of your graph. Because now we're changing the magnetic field of the rebar that's in the dam. All right, so we're gonna move away from the dam, should return to normal. Okay, so now it's not picking up as much. So we do not have a pipe going this way. Down and back up. So we have something huge right there. And from time to time we see signs. Is this big growth of plant right here a sign by chance? Pretty much from the plant this direction, car size right there. But I didn't pick anything up on sonar. But I'm gonna put sonar back on there and just see what I can read. I'm just not getting any type of a reading that would say, hey Jared, you need to look further here. But that bag reading is solid. All right, Carson, if you had to make a decision of putting time, money, and resources into this, based upon no sonar picking up here at all, based off of a mag reading, the way that we had, what would you do?
That's tough. I mean, being a beginner at the magnetometer, it makes me question things, you know? You can't deny that there's a reading, but, you know, we don't have much experience using the magnetometer either, so it's really hard to justify resources, or at least other people's resources. If we had our own resources, and we could 100% get an excavator in here, and within the next hour, I'd say 100%, let's do it. But calling PUD and saying, hey, you need to dig right here because of our magnetometer, we have a little spike that indicates there's metal. We're not even sure if it's a vehicle. We're not even sure if it's a missing person's vehicle. We just know that there's a little spike and there's metal. So it's really hard for me to pull in other people's resources to justify that. But I say right now, what we do have is we do have Dan. I know we can't see it on sonar, but at least let's get some eyes down there.
I mean, we have, like, out here is 13 feet, and it just like really becomes shallow over there. So, you know, we ran into other areas before to where it used to be 13 feet, you know, further in, and then just over time, it fills in. So you have a back eddy in here too. It just kind of swirls right here. Like in the entire area, we haven't had any other potential signs that we're gonna find Donnie. Like we found a couple of cars in the area, a couple of boats, but none of them were Donnie. And just seeing the way that this is ripped through here, it's very plausible and possible that he came in and he's under here. Like he's farther out than I feel he should be, but it's almost like a pattern of where it's like, oh, I found the edge of it, now I'm searching to the other side of it. And our reading wasn't that far out. Our reading was a lot closer to this over here. I hope that's not the only thing we're picking up. I mean, that's solid still. I mean, we could absolutely have been picking up on that only, Carson. We'll know if we put the magnetometer back in there and we don't pick up on anything.
Can you get me a buoy?
A buoy?
Yep.
Do you have a car?
Like a roof, middle roof.
Like a car?
Feels like it.
I mean, I gotta believe you. I mean, this is the area that we were in. Yeah, now he's coming in too far from where he mentioned. Well, that would explain our metallic, our iron piece. It's not a car.
No, let's get rid of that so I can get up there.
But that would give us our reading, Carson. I mean, at this point, I'm not hopeful anymore. Except he said he felt like something that was like a metallic roof. But magnetometer would absolutely pick up on all that. So what we'll do is we'll just have him come back up and then we'll do a sweep with him. Hey, let's do it. Let's do a sweeping pattern. So I'll hold it and do a sweep out. So he stopped moving. He's right on that one spot where he thought he fell the roof. He's not moving. All right, now he's too far down. Okay, so now I'm going to pull him in this far. Okay.
I don't know what it is, but it's not a car. It's too dense.
100% not a car.
100% not a car. Okay. And that was really the only thing that came close in this area.
Let me, because I wasn't hitting big over there like I was here, but was I hitting big here because you pulled the pipe out?
Maybe.
So you only put the magnetometer in first before we do the dredge, so that way we can identify if we're no longer. Yeah, if we're no longer getting a read, then that's because of this.
Yeah.
Now, we want to take it out into the water down there, and we're going to program it as far as we can get it that way. All right, go ahead and cruise. Look, it's still hitting. He is still hitting hard.
Really hard right there.
Keep going. And then once he gets out past that log, that's when he comes back off of it. So right there, you should start popping back down with it.
Yep.
See, now he's off of it. So right about there is where his big metal piece is at. But see, he's coming up.
Yep.
So that's not reading. So whatever we're reading is right here. Keep going another 10 feet. So see, that's going back to normal, where he was at, over that, what we thought might have been a car. So whatever we have is right here. And it should start coming up right there.
There
Yep.
it is, right there.
Wow, that really spiked.
Yeah.
See, I mean, you have something huge.
Wow.
Is it giving you shape or is it all one shape?
I thought it's like a long flat piece with a beveled edge.
Like car beveled?
Like a couple of utes or something.
That's like the length of a car.
If we identify a positive that it's a vehicle, we're gonna get the dredge out.
No, if it's a car, if we can identify it as a car, silver in color, 100% we're calling law enforcement in now at this point. There's not going to be that many silver cars in here. Well, that's not what we wanted. Well, we'll turn the mag back on in a moment after we get this up. All right. I'll see now out further. Look, now he's dropping out there.
Oh, it's a solid drop there. And then back up.
No, it's not back up yet. Yeah, keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah, see, now it's coming back up.
Coming back up.
So there's still something out there. So I mean, I feel like if it was a vehicle, he would be picking it up like right now already in a 40 square foot square rather than just being right on top of it. See, this right here is reading more like a bucket or a barrel or another object like that, but not as big. Possibly another piece of steel pipe or something. That's still a 20 foot area though. All right, come back. I mean, so we're still picking something up there, but it's not a car type. So at this point, I would rule out a car. But let's change our settings a little bit. More sensitive. 5, 1. I don't think we want 1 for sensitivity. So I mean, so he's over it. And then he's off of it. So I mean, I don't feel like it's a vehicle. Oh, I don't know, maybe. All right, hold it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do at this point. I mean, I can't rule it out.
It could be just another pipe though. Yeah. You know, that would make more sense to me rather than it being a car.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's a car reading because we can take this to the truck. I can show you what a reading next to the truck will look like. What we're gonna do is we're gonna test the magnetometer against your truck so that way we can separate that reading from this reading.
I'm gonna go put my truck underwater.
No, you don't need to put it underwater. I just need it closer. All right, so we're all tuned. All right, now if you guys wanna walk that to the truck. See, now them just moving like that already, picked it up from that distance. So it just goes to a solid read immediately. So it's at 8,600. Now back this way. So we're at 8,400, 8,600. Let's see where it comes back. Come on back here to the water. All the way to the water. All right, so let's run in the water again. So we had a 1,600 reading. So if we get a 1,600 reading off, let's say 1,000 to 16. Now we know that we'll have a big object
Of that size.
like a truck. So see, we're getting a spike down, but it's not a spike down of 1,000. We're getting 500 down. So while it's going down, it's not 1,000 down. It's not 1,600 down. So for that reason, I'm going to say that this is no longer a car, and we have now cleared this area.
So would you say that if it was 800, it'd probably be like half the size of the truck?
Oh yeah.
I feel like that would make sense.
But you're also like axles. I mean, that should be about the same. Ish.
Yeah. But then again, they're like right over it too. I wonder what the reading is right over it.
I can step back. You can do whatever reading you want. I want to support you and, you know, testing this out so that way you feel confident as well, that we as a team feel confident that we are ruling this out. So
It'd be nice to take that back to a waterway where we know there's a couple vehicles and test it from the top down in the water.
I agree.
You know, that would be like the bee's knees right there. Just watch yourself. That panel might come loose.
Right.
Oh God.
Okay. So right now, he's away from the bush, which is really good. We brought the maybe 50 to 100 pound metal piece over there. Theoretically, that's our control group being over there. And we get closer to that big metal piece over there, we should calculate some sort of difference between its resting position and being close to that.
Yep, I agree. And what is that difference going to be?
I feel like it's going to be really small.
300?
I'm going to go with 100.
Oh, it's going to be more than 100.
You think it's going to be 300?
Yeah, because he's getting 300 out here.
That's right.
For where he just was. All right.
Okay, so now it's calibrated. So our starting position is 10,243.
Yep.
Or roughly about that.
Right.
So now we'll go ahead and carry the magnetometer together as a team and move it closer to that metal piece. Okay, what are we averaging right now? We should still be at like 10,000.
No, now you're down to 10 or 96 already.
96?
Yeah. You probably have like metal in your pocket and stuff like that you've messed it up. But that's
Okay.
all right, we're at 96 right now.
Wait, let's
You're
go like
nowhere
this.
near that metal piece yet.
Let's go like this.
Yeah, now you're back up to 10.2 now that you're away from it.
Gonna take my bag off. That's filled with electronics. This is like not even 2 or 3 pounds.
Right.
So now we're back at 10.
Yeah, now you're back at 10.2.
Okay.
Yeah, it was your bag that was doing it. You're still at 10.2. Yeah, you're still at 10.2. Oh, you're peaking now. 98. So you ended up with a peak where it went boop, and then it went down. So now you're at 96. 94. So you dropped 600. Now you're at 85.
Right there in the center. Now let's slowly bring it down. All right, you wanna let go?
86.
Okay. So I would say this is like right in the center.
Yeah, you're at 86 now. Now, of course, you're right on top of it. So you want to be
85?
Yeah, 85.
Okay.
So now you want to be
Now let's do a little bit of math. What's the difference between 10.2.5 and 86? 1,600.
But now you want to be because we're floating 8 feet over the surface. You want to be 8 feet away. So right now you're
We're
within,
right in the center.
Right now you're within 2 feet from it. So move 8 feet away from it, and that's going to give you where it's really at. You're back up to 10.2 there.
Oh wow.
So if we go back to our sensitivity setting, because remember when we were doing our training, we were actually at the 50,000 mark. We divided everything by 5 on this one right now.
Okay.
So if we go more sensitive.
All right, so now we're back
All right,
to
so we're back to 50. All right, you're neutral there, so head back up again. And back over. Back this way. Yes, I mean, you're definitely getting some nice big spikes off of that. So based upon that, we cannot rule this area out.
I wonder at how far away do you have to be from the engine block of a vehicle, because that's the most dense metal there is in the entire vehicle, and it's pretty much the same in every vehicle. Well, what do we do at this point? Because like when it's a 50 to a 100-pound piece of metal, it could easily hit 200 to 300, especially if it's just right at the very bottom. If you have a vehicle that's just a little bit more distance, it could also easily hit 200 to 300. So then at this point, it's like we're chasing our tails, not knowing if we're hitting a vehicle or not.
Currently, we want to run some more tests with this magnetometer. We're gonna go check out another vehicle that we know of that's underwater here at Lake of the Ozarks first thing in the morning before we come back and do some more analysis on what this target is over here. Are we hitting at 300? Are we hitting at 800? What's the difference in the depth and the altimeter as we bring it down closer? Those are a few things that we want to get dialed in before we either rule this out or we say, you know what, we need to call in the law enforcement, they need to serve a search warrant, and they need to dig this area up. We do not want to be wrong about this one, Dan.
No, we don't.
Yeah, and this magnetometer is new, and we want to say thank you to each and every one of you, simply by being here and watching our videos. Subscribing, which is free, and some of you even stepped up and made a donation to our GoFundMe when we were raising funds for this magnetometer. So we want to say thank you to each and every one of you, regardless of what role you end up playing. If you've not done so already, please be sure to support Down Under Dan Diving. His link is in the description down below. He's up here from Australia, visiting, working with us. He's got a law enforcement background, and he's taken a lot of this newfound information and knowledge back to Australia with you.
Absolutely. This is equipment that could be used in so many applications, and yeah, absolutely vital tool. So thank you everyone for your support of Jared and the Ventures with Purpose. These are honest, great guys who really just want to go out and help.
And we're gonna have a link to tomorrow's episode in the description down below as well. So again, thank you for being here, and we look forward to sharing some more information with you on our results.
At this point, I'm thinking 100%.
Think so?
Absolutely, 100%.
It's like straight off the ramp here. Is that a car or is it a boat? Now I have the width of a car right there. And you have wheels on it.
There's wheels, 100% there's wheels, that's a car.
Hey Dan, I believe I've got a car for you. This one has never been identified before. Holy crap, Carson. The closest, deepest body of water